Okay, let's see. How about scissors? All right. So so maybe these big ones on my back. Is there one? Yes. One with a lot of space, like maybe one right here and one here. Maybe we move this one over just a bit so it's on one shoulder blade. Go ahead, don't worry. I've been waxing so long, it's like whatever. My name is Amitis Motevalli. I was born in Tehran, Iran, and I actually live in Los Angeles, California. I've lived in Los Angeles most of my life. I'm a visual artist. I do kind of contemporary conceptual work that changes medium. So sometimes it's performance, sometimes it's video, sometimes it's installation. Well, today I did a piece that I started, I think it was in either 2007 or 2008, that's called Jokes on Me, Stupid Muslim Joke. And basically I had a lot of pieces of stickers all over me with jokes from the internet, collected from the internet about stupid Muslims. And many of the jokes came out around the time that the cartoon of the Prophet Muhammad came out as well. And I really felt like, of course I was very offended by some of the jokes, and some of them were you know, somewhat funny. They even elicited laughter out of me. But I felt like there needed to be something that was a dialogue and also a reclaiming. So I reclaimed them by actually me printing them and printing them on my body. And I don't want to pretend that they don't exist. They do exist. They're out there. But also I have a dialogue with people, and because it's on my skin, and I am a Muslim woman, culturally, spiritually, all of that. I get to have an exchange with people on the Muslim body, because there's so much that's happening in the world right now with the Muslim body, that I felt like it was important to have this dialogue, literally about my skin, about my flesh, and so I wanted to do this piece, redo this piece here in Denmark, because when I came here, there's all this talk of anti-Islam talk, and where I was seeing most of it was, of course, in printed material and in the press. There's definitely a segregation that I'm seeing in terms of cultures. But I just knew, you know, I had some of the most progressive friends that I've had in the States were from Denmark. And so I knew that there had to be a narrative that was hidden in terms of mass media, but very much in the psyche of most Danes. It was actually one of the most gentle, loving, and beautiful performances I've ever done. I've done this in many spaces, and sometimes it ends up being very sexualized. It gets very aggressive and angry, even in activist spaces, angry like, why are you doing this? Because there's an idea that I should just pretend that these jokes don't exist, and that I should not reclaim them, I should not even mention them. And I can't do that, because they are actually affecting me and my body. So having this out there, people got the opportunity to take the joke off and write directly on me, and a lot of, from what I understand, is stuff about like, let everyone live. You know, live and let live, and love, a lot of things about love, but also just in the interaction with people. A lot of the people in the public space were really concerned about me. It was very cold. It was one of the coldest days I'd experienced in Denmark, and they were just worried that I would catch a cold, and You know, they weren't thinking, oh, well, this dirty Muslim is out here, who cares if she catches a cold? They were concerned that I would catch a cold, that I was going to get sick, the weather was too cold, they wanted to keep me warm. Well, I want people to rethink the jokes, not really take them so seriously. I want people to hopefully interact more with Muslim women and not think in terms of binaries that, you know, she has to be completely dressed in hijab or she has to denounce her religion. That's mostly what I'm hoping, is that there's multiplicities. Many different ways of living can exist, and the perception of many different ways. I think that the humor is necessary to reclaim, because humor can sometimes be something that's far more accessible than like criticism or, you know, something like that. Humor is something, I mean, even when I read the jokes, I laugh at them, even though some of them are extraordinarily painful. So because they're so accessible, I would like to kind of flip it and take it back in my hands and change the paradigm of the humor.